Hello, I'm Cookie Stoner, and welcome to Cookie Stoner Presents. We're on our second segment with Joshua Wortham. Joshua, thank you for being here on our Coming Out series.
Yes.
13 years old.
Yes.
13 years old with a soul and a brain of a much older gentleman. And I think it's simply because you come from a family that you read a lot, y'all are open, and as we discussed, not open and a free-for-all, but open that there's a big world, there are big ideas, and so you go, whoa, that's an idea I need to think about. And because your family was very welcoming to a lot of their students who started, coming out to them, or it was just a discussion in your home, you knew it was not a negative thing.
Yeah.
So lucky for you, or whatever the word is, wow, that you were able to understand at 9 years old, which is absolutely, we hear anywhere from 6 years old, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, anywhere as a young child, knowing that I might be attracted to boys or girls. And this has to do with, first of all, especially at that age, it's more of an emotional or a, whatever you have at that age, when you think you're going to be boyfriend, girlfriend with someone, or boyfriend, boyfriend. So it's just like anyone else. It's just really sort of from the relationship or the, bopping somebody on the head on the playground, showing them you like them. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you were 9 years old, but you were busy. What were you busy doing at 9 years old?
I was in elementary school, so I did school. And
Were you in public school?
Yeah, I was
at the
in
time?
public school at that time. And we were busy with that. And my little brother, around that time, he got really sick.
Your little brother, who is now 10 or 11?
11, yeah.
11, so that was a couple of years ago. So when he was 9, he was diagnosed with a chronic, or not a chronic, an actual, could have been fatal autoimmune disease.
Yeah, so
y'all were busy with that.
Taking care of him, and Mom and Dad were at the hospital all the time. So we had to stay with a lot of friends, and Mom calls our circle of friends the village.
The village, that's right, it does take a village. And it's wonderful
really
to have that
yes.
group of friends. And this is you all live in Madison, Alabama.
We live in, around Madison. We live in Harvest.
In Harvest, okay. I'm familiar about what that is. You think I've lived in North Alabama for, I think, 18 or 19 years. I can't even remember how long. And I still go, no, I get a couple of those mixed up there. But it's up in that, is that in Madison County?
Yes.
Okay, it's up in Madison. So. Not that really matters. I'm just like, okay, where is that? I should get a map, don't you think? Maybe Google it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just Google it. Maybe I'll just Google it. So you had your group of friends that took care of you all.
Yes.
Now, so at this time you're still busy with your schoolwork. Did you have any crushes then, or?
Not really. I've only had maybe one crush, but I feel like I'm pretty busy with the cookies.
Because you're very, you have a goal, and I can tell you're very goal-oriented, which we are going to get on the cookies, which you keep talking about, which, there are not any at my house, and I'm telling you, I told you, I want my own cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my own cookie. So you were busy in elementary school, you were busy with your family, little brother, and you were busy being a kid. That's what it sounds like to me. You're busy being a kid. But when you get to, the dinner table, your parents, you tell them, and they're kind of like, okay, pass the ketchup. And I think your mom said that and I think as a parent, I know from my own experience, it's something I think you just know. Because when your children are younger, you just there's certain things that, either outwardly or certain, I don't know. I could probably put a finger on what I'm thinking, but, I couldn't speak for everyone. And, sometimes parents say, oh, I just know, and then if you pin them down. But I do believe that a lot of parents do. But then I've talked to a couple of mothers. One of my former guests, his mom was like, I had no clue. And that's okay too, though she's very accepting now. But you were busy being a kid. You come out at 11. So for the last couple of years, you're homeschooled now?
Yes.
Okay, you're homeschooled now. how is it in your community? Do people, I mean, obviously you've been very open. I believe that you were very open, and there may have been an article on you a couple of years ago when you were,
Yes.
okay. And was that I mean, you want to talk a little bit about that?
The we somebody from Owl.com said, "Hey, why don't we do a story on you since you're young and you're out and everything?" Well, we did the story, and we kind of knew that it would probably get a little bit of bashing, but
Right.
um,
But you did this for reasons that you were, I suppose, trying to help other people, to let
yeah,
people
yeah,
know that, and that's why I'm doing this, because I told you, and we talked about it before, that, you know, people, they might get mad at me for having, what would you do having an 11-year-old, even though the mom's here, but
yes, yeah,
because everyone I've talked to, and then doctors and psychologists are telling me these kids know when they're younger. And so when I've got an 11-year-old whose parents are a 13-year-old who came out at 11, whose parents are very supportive, wouldn't that be wonderful to not have to go through all that? And all that negative and all the trauma that my older guest had. So you all were interviewed by Alabama.com because you do have an open family and you wanted to help other people.
yes. And when we released it, first of all, we got a lot of comments on the article, and it was at that point mainly like, "Oh, how sweet," and everything. But
A lot of support at
yeah,
first
a lot
because
of supportive
okay.
people commented on the article. And then, we woke up the next morning and checked it, and there were, I think, around 50 negative comments all over the place, and some of them were absolutely horrible.
Some even accusing your parents of child abuse.
Yes. And,
mean,
even some of our family, when we released that and they saw it, some of them said, "It's okay to be gay, but you can't be open about it." And
Okay, so
yeah.
okay, so that would be okay. We won't even go there right now
Yeah.
because I might get upset. But go ahead. Go ahead.
But that was just completely crazy. Some of our distant family, disowned us.
Be discreet, right?
Yeah.
Hide. Live in your secret, right?
Yeah, exactly. They thought it was completely crazy that mom was letting me come out and be gay. And
So you hide this until you're older, buddy.
Some
Okay.
people even thought that it was crazy that I had the choice and I, wanted to be gay because it was popular or something like that.
Because that's what everybody wants to be known for something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, right.
But it got so bad they had to turn off the comment section.
Which they said that they had never even done. I
Yes.
think the editor or someone had said, or the moderator had not done. Okay, so now you have a very supportive pediatrician, correct? Do you think
Yes.
she'll care if we say her name?
I think that it would be okay.
Okay, and because she reached out to you all. She reached out to you all. Pardon me. I apologize. She reached out to you all after you were.
Well,
You tell what you wanted to. You speak of how you tell a little bit about your story on that as much as you want. Or
we had been going to the same doctor for as long as I can remember.
well, I mean,
Us living here, yeah.
right? Okay.
And we thought they were good and everything, and when I started having these thoughts, we told them, and they wrote us a letter and they said, "You're gonna need to go to a psychiatrist, and you're going."
So
to
they
need
wanted you to they wanted to send you at 11 years old for conversion therapy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you have and I understand. I mean, you try to look at all sides of everything. You've got this doctor that's very much, I think, was like a very, I guess you would say, big time faith based doctor. And I say faith based because, I said y'all were faith based, but let's just say religious for them because religious is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And they had cut and dried beliefs. So if they've got an 11-year-old who says he's gay or, pansexual, then you probably need to be converted. We're going to send you to a psychiatrist. And mom and dad were like, no. I mean, I would think just in even my research and the people I've talked to, that would have been abusive. How awful for you.
They were trying to help me stay away from sin in God's name.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't even touch that with a 10-foot pole. Because you know what I would say to that as far as from a medical standpoint. But at any rate, the good part about it is your current pediatrician,
yes,
who is apparently brilliant from what I understand. Say her name?
Dr. Pippa.
Dr. Pippa is
Pippa Abston.
Dr. Pippa Abston. She actually got you all in. She supported and showed your parents the science behind you and said, he's born this way, correct?
Yes. We all kind of had that same understanding.
You had the same understanding, so that was not even an issue.
No.
So you now have been able to just be, and you're still, that's something else we talked about, and then we're going to end up this segment and go on to the next one, but you're still just a 13-year-old who's not out there. This is not about even having a relationship. You haven't even had any relationships, and you want to be a 13-year-old.
Kind of funny because my little brother, he had his first little girlfriend at like 5 years old.
Okay. See, so that's the thing is, and everybody's different. That's right. You get. Listen, I remember my little kindergarten boyfriend, my first grade boyfriend, my second grade boyfriend, my third grade. And what did we do? I mean, I think we, touched each other's hands or something, and maybe kissed on the cheek.
Cooties.
Yeah, exactly. And I can remember when I got into the 4th grade, I got a candy heart necklace. I would say his name. He's probably still my friend on Facebook. I loved him. He was a great guy. I actually went to high school with him. But I thought, this was it. 4th grade, a candy heart necklace. I pretty much thought, I was betrothed. I'm like, okay. But, so, this for you, and as your mother and I discussed when you were coming on, and we talked about this is not about any type of holding hands, kissing, or anything right now, because you're not even wanting to do all that, even as a 13-year-old, even though I'm sure soon you will get to a point, because that's, at 13, but you may decide later. And that's another thing I want to make the point of. Your family is open, but it's not like they're like open, like, okay, we're going to have, Joshua here, we're going to bring in 20 boys and 20 girls and have your pick. I mean, that's not what open is about. You're open up here, and now you all have your schooling, you have your orchestra, you have your music lessons. I mean, I know, and your mom, I was like, oh my gosh. And and your cookie business, we forget that. I mean, so you're extremely busy in your life. So it's not like you're trying to go out and, you tell me. What am I trying to say, Joshua? I think you can finish it for me.
Be out there.
You're not trying to be out there.
I'm not single and ready to mingle.
Yeah, I love it. You're not single. Oh my God, I love you. You're not single and ready to mingle. You're adorable, okay? I'm sure when you are, you'll find a great creative way to tell everybody that you are. What I want to do next is we talked about in the first segment. This second segment, we talked a little bit more about the actual, what happened before you all coming out and, having your doctors. And on the next segment, what I'd like to talk about is if you've had, you've got your wonderful village. I'd like to talk a little bit about if there's been any other bullying or any other issues with this. And there may or may not be, and it might be a short segment. I don't know. We hadn't talked about that yet. And then at some point, we're going to talk about your cookie business. How about that? So we'll do that, and we'll come right back with Joshua Wortham.